If you'd like to find out how I got this quick and easy daytime look for mature skin using all drugstore products, then just keep watching. So before we get started, I just want to let you know why I am doing this tutorial today. I did a haul recently, and if you missed that haul, I will leave a little card right here so you can go and watch that. But quite a few of the items that I picked up were actually drugstore items, so I thought, hey, let's take some of those items. I'll use them in a tutorial, and that way I can try them out, see how I like them. And plus, I can do just a quick and easy little look here and show you how easy it is to do just a quick daytime look and make it easy for us older gals as well. So I took all of my other products that I have. They're all drugstore products and we're combining them. So this is just a quick and easy drugstore only tutorial for a daytime look for older women. But you younger girls are also more than welcome to go ahead and do this look as well. Also make sure that you subscribe to my channel because you want to make sure that you are notified anytime I upload new videos too. And don't forget to leave any comments and give this a thumbs up as well. So let's get started because there's a lot to go over. I have gone ahead and moisturized my face. Today for my primer, I am going to use the NYX Hydra Touch Primer. That is because I do have dry skin. This is kind of a milky consistency, and I am just going to rub that in with my fingers. Okay, now I am going to be doing some color correcting as well, and I will be using the NYX color correcting palette. And I'm just going to go ahead and use this peachy tone right here, and I'm going to be using my fingertip to do that, and I'm just going to warm that up between my two fingers because I got some pretty nasty looking dark under eyes. I'm going to take that primarily just to the inner corner because that's where mine are the very worst. Okay. Now, for my foundation, this is one of the new products that I did pick up in my haul, and this you can get at Target and at Ulta. This is the No. 7 Lift and Illuminate Foundation. It's actually a few dollars cheaper if you get it at Target, and that's where I found it. This is for firmer, even skin. It's got a SPF 15 in it, and I am in the color Cool Ivory. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that with a sponge. This is the L'Oreal sponge, and I am just going to go ahead and pump that directly onto the sponge today. I've used this a couple other times before, and I really, really like it. It's got great coverage. You can apply this with a sponge or with a brush. Either way works just fine. I think I have my sponge a little bit on the damp side today. I will be doing a series on different foundations, so that's in the works. So another reason to subscribe to my channel because you want to be on the lookout for that. And I'm going to go in a little bit more in this area because I do have quite a few broken capillaries and I don't like those to show through. Okay, so there's the foundation. For concealer, I'm going to go ahead and use the Maybelline Age Rewind. This I'm in the color Light Pale. Oh, that came out kind of a lot more than I was intending to. Okay, got a little bit too much on. Sorry about that. And I'm just going to use my sponge again. And then I'm going to take it up and use that as my primer for my eyelid as well. And then whatever I have left over on my sponge, I'm just going to take down the bridge of my nose, a little bit up on my forehead, and kind of around my mouth and my chin area. And then to set my under eye area, I'm going to use the Coty Airspun. I don't have a clue. Let's see, I have the translucent extra coverage one. I'm going to use my Morphe E8 brush to just lightly set that under the eyes. And then any other places that I have the concealer at. But let me just tap that in again real quick. Make sure I don't have anything settling into any lines. I love this powder. I don't love the smell of it. It just is strong floral scent. It reminds me of my grandma. Now with this type of powder, I like to take it up on my nose as well because I have problems with any type of foundation rubbing off on my nose. So I really like to set that. And again, any place else that I took the concealer, I want to have that there as well. So for the rest of my skin, what I'm going to use is, I got powder all over it, is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder. And this is in the color Natural Beige. And for that, I'm just going to take a big old fluffy brush. And I'm not going to go super heavy, just enough to really set the foundation so nothing is tacky. Again, I don't want to have any type of a dewy finish or anything that looks oily or greasy, but most of all, I want to be able to go in with my powders and have everything go on nice and easily. And if I don't set this, things are going to stick to it and not glide on as well. Plus, this helps everything set and will last all day. Oh, and the next thing I like to go into is my contouring. And for that, excuse the noise, another NYX product. So I have gone back. I have actually given up on some of the high-end contouring kits, and I have gone back to the NYX Highlight and Contouring Palette. And for contouring, I like to take this shade right here. And I'm just going to use an angled brush. This is a Morphe MB4. Take a little bit of that. Well, that's blending in because I did go ahead and set that with powder. I'm also going to go lightly just underneath my jawline. And then I'm going to take a flat brush. This is another Morphe brush, but it's part of their rose gold line, so there's no names or numbers to any of these, but it's a flat brush like so. And that one I like to take into this lighter color right here, very lightly, and I'm just going to very lightly contour my nose. Just a little. That's probably a little too much. We'll buff that out though. And I'll just go in with that brush that I used to set my under eye with. Okay, so we are done contouring now. And next step I like to go into is my bronzer. I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And there's two shades with this. I use the lighter one, obviously. Since I don't have a dark skin tone, and I just like to take a big old fluffy brush and lightly go in with this. I don't go super heavy on the bronzer. Down below my jaw. Okay, so that's kind of warmed me up a little bit there. And then for my highlighter today, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow in Precious Petals. That looks, you can tell I've used this one quite a bit because the design has kind of worn off there. And I'm going to be using my Luxie 522 tapered highlighting brush. I'm not going to do a whole lot today. I'm just going to go in fairly light with that. And I'm even going to blend that out quite a bit. Just want a little bit on the nose. That's it. Like I said, just a very little bit. And then for blush, I'm going to use the LA Girl Just Blushing. This is in Just Playful. This is just a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous blush. It blends out so well. Look at that. It is just a stunning color, highly pigmented, and so inexpensive. Oh, love it. Love, love, love it. And be careful because this is very pigmented too. So you just need the littlest tap in there. Okay, now I'm going to go in with that same big brush that I used to do my powder and just kind of blend everything in and take that highlight down just a little bit. So we've now got this part done, and now let's move on to our eyes. Okay, for the eyes today, I'm going to be using two different NYX eyeshadow palettes. And again, these are ones that I picked up from my haul. So the first one is the NYX Lingerie palette, and the next is the NYX Cosmic Metals. So we're going to start out with the lingerie one. And I am going to, first off, take this cream colored one and apply that all over my lid, all the way up to the brow bone. All right. And now I'm going to go in with a Morphe. This is just a tapered brush. I'm going to go into this kind of a taupey color right here and pick some of that up, and that is going to become my transition color. So I'm taking that up fairly high. I'm going to blend that in really well. Now I have a hooded eye, so if you have hooded eyes too, pay close attention to what I'm doing. If you've never known how to do eyeshadow for hooded eyes, I'm going to show you what to do. So the first step you want to do is make sure that you take your transition color up. So open your eyes and look directly in the mirror. So I'm looking down compared to you, but I'm going to look straight up right now. And as you can see, my hood comes down and covers up this part of my eyelid. So I want to take this color all the way up so it's up above where the eyelid is. Because I want to be able, everybody to be able to see this color really well. And the other thing I want to do is not take it too far in, but I also don't want to bring it way down. I want to have it more coming out to a point. So I'm kind of bringing this out, which is hard to see with this color, but more of a point out this way. And sometimes you'll see people will take Scotch tape and tape it along here. It's okay to go ahead and take something like a card if it helps you so you don't go beyond this point. Draw something like this, and that'll help you with a guide. I've just done this enough that I kind of know where to go and not to go. but that helps you make a very crisp line that way. So see how that is? But you don't want to bring it past that point because that's going to pull everything down and make your eye look even more hooded. We're trying to lift everything up instead. All right, so now that we've done that, what I want to do is start adding some dimension and trick the eye into looking like I don't have that hooded eye. So what I want to do now is take another color that's a little bit darker of this brown, and I'm not going to take a whole lot. And again, keeping my eyes straight ahead, I am going to go right above where my eyelid is. Not where my crease is, where my eyelid is with that hood. So right here is where it is, right there is where my crease is. So there's quite a bit of distance there. So that's where I'm going to just draw a little line. And sometimes you might have your hoods crooked from each other. So you want to make sure that you make them even with each other. Not what they are on your actual eyes, for example, but you want to look straight ahead and make sure that you balance what they are straight across. So see how I'm just drawing lines straight across? That's what I'm going to make for now my crease. And again, I'm going to bring that down a little bit and take that part into my crease now. Very lightly. We're not having to use a lot. I'm not adding any more product. I'm just taking what I've already added and buffing that in. And again, I don't want to bring that down. I want to bring that out. Buff that in a little bit, but this is where I really want to go in and blend it. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to go in with, believe it or not, this is a clean brush. I have one of those sponges where I can go in and take all the product off. And now I'm starting on the outside, and I like to go in and just lightly buff it in, and then make windshield wiper motions and just go back and forth. And then start making little circles and just alternate between circles and windshield wiper motions. So now look at the difference between, hopefully you can tell, between this eye and this eye. You can see where that's still kind of choppy in there, where this one's a lot more blended. Now I have brought that down by accident, but that's okay. We can go back and clean all that up after we get done here. So again, I'm going to bring it up. Windshield wiper motions and one other trick I can show you. Don't want to worry about getting makeup all down in here, or especially if you're working with any shimmer colors, is that flat brush that we used to contour on the nose. Take your loose powder and just put a whole bunch right along in here. And that way when you're done with your eyeshadow look, you can just gently brush that all off and it will just leave you a very sharp line. As a matter of fact, let me just go ahead and do that. Keep it out of your eye though. Just trust me, nothing's going to get on here. Okay. Just a little trick I've seen, so there. Let's go back to blending. All right, the next part I'm going to do, don't get scared, I'm going to take just the teeniest little bit of this dark brown, and I'm going into the center of my lid, right in that crease, and I'm only going to the outer part. And I'm just staying right in there because I want to add yet another layer of dimension. I really want to call attention to the crease itself now. And I'm just lightly buffing that in. Now when I say this is quick, trust me, this is going to become so quick for you. Okay, do you see? You can see the difference between this eye now has more depth to it compared to this side, just by adding that tiny little bit of brown. And actually I could even go a little bit more. Really adds more of a dimension to it. So it makes my eyeball look like I actually have an eyelid, like I have a socket in there, and that everything's not hooded. So especially, let me get a little closer to you. Things don't look hooded now. So let's do that over here. There. Now I could stop right there, leave this just as my whole lid color, and call it a day and say this is my look for the day. If you want to, you can go in and add a little bit of shimmer. So let's say this is what we left it at for our daytime look, but now maybe we're going to go out and have drinks with people after work. What you can do to snazz this up a little bit is just take your shimmer colors, and I'm simply going to take, what do I want to do? Let's take this goldy color right here, and I'm not even going to take a lot, I'm just going to take a little bit, and I'm going to go just all over the lid with that. So now that's just taking it up a step. Again, it's totally appropriate for a daytime look, or if you wanted to snazz it up for an evening look. Another thing you could do is either take the darker gold or even this plum color here and add that to the outside. So I'm going to take the darker gold and just put a teeny little bit on the outside, just like a little V shape. Because again, all we're doing is we're adding a little more dimension. Okay, so what we can do now is take a little brush, wipe away that powder. That we put there. Let's pretend that we forgot to do that and we made a huge mess. What we can do to go back and clean it up is go in with that original color that we put all over our lid and just draw a line. If you also go into the inner corner and get a little dark by accident, take that same color and go in there. That's all you need to do to clean it up. So very simple. You can always fix the little screw-ups that you do. Now, I like to take a black pencil and do my waterline. You don't need to do this step. It's just something I like to do to give a little bit of a pop. I'm using the Maybelline Master Precise Skinny Liner. Don't be afraid about doing this. People are always afraid they're going to pop or poke themselves in the eye. I've never done it. This is a great drugstore one if you want to get something that's a little higher end and has more staying power. Sephora makes a great waterproof one. And I like to do both top and bottom lashes. I'm going to take on a pencil brush. I'm going to take this color we used as our transition color, and I'm going to go underneath here. And then I'm going to take a flat liner brush and take this brown shade here, tapping off any extra, and I'm going to go right up against my lashes. Okay, those of you that have watched my channel for a while probably already know that I have my eyebrows tattooed, so I generally do not have to do anything to them. If you have not seen that video, I will put a card right here for that. But for today's video, I am going to go in and just add a little bit of a pop to them. I'm going to go in with the, what do I have here? The Almay Brow Defining Pencil. I like to go in and just add a few little strokes here and there just to cover up the areas where with powder and foundation I kind of covered up the brows hairs, or the tattoo I should say, because I really don't have very many hairs. Alright, I think that's going to work there. And let's go ahead and do some mascara. So for mascara today, I'm going to use the Maybelline Big Colossal. I'm going to go ahead and do the mascara actually, and I will be right back. Alright, the mascara is now on. I have gone ahead and applied 2 coats of that. I also went ahead and sprayed all my makeup to set that in place with the L'Oreal Infallible Setting Spray. Love this stuff, and it's a must to set everything and keep it all in place. Last step I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the Milani Amore Matte Lip Cream, and this is in the color Precious. If you have not tried this, this stuff is wonderful. It is so creamy, and it smells yummy too. But it also doesn't dry out your lips either, and it is fairly long lasting. So I love the formula to this. It's just very soft and very hydrating on your lips. And as you can see, just a gorgeous color too. So this is the look. Again, I really took my time and went slow with this so I could explain everything to you. But again, this is something you can do very fast, very easy. These are all great products, ones that I highly recommend that you get. And I will have a list of all of the items down in the description box. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and make sure that you subscribe to my channel as well. Please feel free to leave any comments as well. And I hope you enjoyed it. And thanks so much for watching. So until next time, bye-bye.